talk about defending freedom of movement and fighting for your workers and rights in Europe. Now, as we all know, a lot of our NHS actually depends on workers in Europe and around the world, that is. And is it right that as a worker you should have the right to move around and work in areas of Europe where you want to go? Well, the Tories algorithms think not, because they're already applying, you're having to apply for proof of residency, and you must show that you've been living and working in Britain for 5 years, and you've got to name every occasion that you left Europe. So it's essential we move in the direction of challenging them on this, because it's all also, as far as I'm concerned, it's all interferes with people's democratic rights. And so I'll open up by to the floor to ask, where do people think we should move on defending freedom's right? What direction as a movement should we go in? Yeah. So I'll ask our first speaker to speak on this issue and give us his opinion of it all. Thank you.
Okay, Les, thanks very much. I was panicking a little when I went out to look for the chair and Wayne, and then I realised you were here, and I found managed to find Wayne. Let me say this to you, we've had a pretty good debate at the TUC, and I've been on the general council of the TUC for the last 90 years, and it's an issue that every 4 years in era, because there are arriving general secretaries, and so let's not forget, that sometimes people think that the TUC actually is very much a unified organisation. It's not. It works on consensus, and there's always different opinions, and particularly on the freedom of movement within workers, there are concerns. Of course, there are teaching unions who are actually very much in favour of it. There's Unison very much favour of it because of the situation we have in the NHS. But we know, give or take, around about 60% of people employed in the NHS, in fact, are migrant workers or from the European Union. And they actually keep it going. If tomorrow it was to be said they don't have to leave, in fact, it would be chaos, nothing but chaos. Now, I voted to remain, but the decision being made, and I think it's wrong to say that just because the vote has been lost, then you stop arguing about it. And I've argued that I believe, in my judgment, that I think a call has been made by the public. We live in a democracy, and in democracy that's the case, but it doesn't stop us from doing. The decision, I think, time will tell, we're going to pay a really heavy price. Migrant workers are going to pay a heavy price, and I know my grandchildren are going to pay a heavy price. We know through the union structures, for example, my own union Unite, for example, with Nissan, BMW plants we organise, Rover, they already, in fact, have hired places in Berlin or Paris. Bankers have done, insurance companies have done. They, in fact, have taken up spaces because they know if they leave it too late, then come to the other time, they will not be able to get the accommodation or the building they want, or the rates are going to be so high, it's too impossible. So they've taken actually the option of a lease for 3 years with the right to continue to renew. So that actually is a work done a lot of jobs going to go wrong. As you know, the automation of the industry is going to cause lots of problems. Let me say this to you about the movement of workers within Europe. I said early on, and you heard what I said, if capitalists has a right to move, invest where they want to, if a million a year can go a residency in Jersey or in England, wherever they want, because they can establish it, I believe the work should be able to go to the various parts if they have the necessary skills, and they're able to actually not be a burden to the state. They should be able to go there and apply and keep free for jobs. Now I know, and my son tells me when he did his degree into his masters, and he discovered that wherever he went for a job, actually he had to be twice as good a white worker to be able to secure the job. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult. And that's why he said decided to do a master's after a degree. He said, I need 2 degrees. Similarly, when I came to Britain, I say, the good old days, that we had, and I know that I was actually known for taking jobs every 6 weeks because I used to get fed up. mainly, labouring jobs in textile, and I would leave one to the other. I used to leave the job on Friday, got a job on Monday. And I say that, those days, our forefathers left us an industry where we could get a job, leave on Friday, get a job on Monday. We had damn good pension schemes. And, we listened to the Beatles, good music, and then we also had deflated trousers. We had a wonderful life. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't actually be leaving a legacy for our future children, because it's our job as children, as political activists. And, for the first time, there's one person I'm really proud of, Jeremy Corbyn, what he said about migration. So, forget about the other things, 70s, the rest of it. And so they're talking about 70s, he says, 12 pence a pint a day. I said, why not have it? Let's go back. And fish and chips for half a crown, for example. Those were, in fact, they're talking about. Trade unions, in fact, those the 70s, they had the right to bargain. We used to have 14 million people in my altogether TUC, 2.2 million in Capital General Workers Union at the time. We were very strong. In fact, our General Secretary, Jack Jones, had more power than we. But what's failing, where we are going wrong? Trade unions are not able to negotiate, bargain anymore, except, by the big class. And even where there is, for the last 5 years, we've actually had pay constraints in the NHS, the public services. In fact, there has been talked about 1% pay rise. I don't call that pay rise, I talk pay cut. But inflation is running at 2.5%, then you get 1%, I say it's a 1.5% pay cut, not rise. So in fact, our terms and conditions, public service, let's not forget, was always considered to be a good job. And lots of migrant workers, in fact, employed there. Nowadays, you find that public sector workers have been left behind. Public sector was supposed to send a trend, A level, for the private sector to follow. Because the private sector tell you now, if they can get away with paying less than minimum wage, they will. And there are companies who do that. And this is what brings me to the point that as free movement, the one way of making sure we protect it. I come from bus industry. When we had the same rates of pay men and women in 1958. And we would not actually allow that otherwise. Between the conductor and driver, there's a difference of penny an hour, because we felt that was the right thing to do. We defended that, and when migrant workers came in the 60s and 70s, we defended the position. We said, no, they must get paid the same rate of pay. This is where things are going wrong in Britain, and the migrant workers are getting blamed by others. They steal my job. I tell you why, many years ago, I actually got accused. Standing in a pub, he said, you black people come to our country, you nick my jobs, you actually are claiming benefits, ruining our taxation system, and you're defrauding the system, and you're nicking our money. And I actually said, which one is it? He said, I'm stealing your jobs, or I'm actually abusing the system. It's got to be one, not the other. And I said, talking about nicking of women, I said, well, in my case, I went back to Kashmir on leave, and I fell in love with a woman there. And so I could say that actually I haven't nicked anybody. Someone chose me, I chose her, we got married. So in fact, those are the days. When the epidemic took place, one of my college bus drivers went to work on Saturday. And one of the questions got me says, what are you still doing here? I thought we voted on Thursday to get rid of you. Why are you not out of this country? So this is racism. And that person wasn't joking, they were serious. This is the kind of actual problem there is. So trade unions need to be able to have a bargaining position. And Jeremy Corbyn actually talking about this. Let me turn to the point about migration. When people talk about the Tory government or what they're doing, we can reduce that. Believe you me, migration cannot be reduced. We look at the facts. Facts are, and I actually been involved, accidentally I would say to you, a couple of meetings that I wasn't supposed to attend, but I attended. One of the meetings actually is the meeting of the 5 Commonwealth nations. America, Canada, Britain, Switzerland, Sweden, and New Zealand and Australia. They meet once a year in every country, and this year they met in London at the Institute of Directors of London. And the TUC person was supposed to attend the meeting, couldn't go. The night before, at 7 o'clock, he said, look, I can't attend, it's over here.